I have. Welcome to MSc Technologies. Today class I am going to cover SQL. Okay. In this class I am going to cover the what is SQL, why we are going to use the SQL, and what are the advantages in SQL. We'll see. Along with I will show you how to install the SQL on the Windows system. Okay. Now first we'll see what is SQL. Okay. SQL full form is Structured Query Language. And what is the use of this mean? SQL is a programming language for storing and processing information in relational database. Meaning of this, using SQL, what we can do, we can store the data in a database and we can process it. That means we can update and we can delete and we can fetch the data as our requirement. This kind of operation that we can do by using the SQL. Now we'll see what is database. I told, right, we can do the operation on the database and we can fetch the data and we can update, delete. These operations we can do on the database. But before going to that, we should know what is database. Okay, let me explain. A database is a collection of related information stored in a computer system. But example, some information we have stored in a computer system and which we can manage by DBMS. Okay, some data already there in our system, which is managed by DBMS. Okay, it can store any type of data. But example, the database can store any kind of data, numbers, words, images, videos, along with the files also. In the database, we can store all these kind of data. And databases are used to store, manage, and access data efficiently. By using this database, what we can do, we can access the data efficiently. But example, we have 100 records. I want to fetch only 10 records. Okay, that kind of operations we can do by using these database operations. And they help organizations retrieve, modify, update data quickly. But example, we have millions of records. Immediately, if you want to fetch some data and if you want to update, if you want to delete, these kind of operations we can do very quickly by using these database concepts. Okay, databases are very essential for managing large volumes of data in one place. But example, we have an organization, we are getting the bulk data, we have to store and we have to manage. Then we should use a database concepts. Okay, these are all advantages, and this is the about database. Again, this data type databases we have two types. One is the relational database. Relational database means which can able to store data in tables format. That means we can see the data in the rows and column wise. Okay. Other data type is non-relational database. Non-relational database means where we can store the data in form of key values, documents, along with the graphics. Okay, let me show some one image which can show you the what is relational database and non-relational database. Okay, this is the image you can see here. Relational database means you can see here ID is a column, name is a column. Like this, we can define multiple columns and rows. 1, 2, these and all rows. Like this, we can store a data in a relational database. Coming to non-relational, see, if you see, this is a JSON data. It's nothing but one file, students.json. Like this complete file itself, you can store as a value. Okay, that's called non-relational database. Okay, hope you understood very clearly what is a relational database and non-relational database. Next, we should know the DBMS. What is DBMS? Okay, DBMS, through DBMS only we can able to manage this database. But example, if you want to store and if you want to access the data, if you want to do any operation on this data, we have to use the DBMS. Okay, what is DBMS? We'll see now. DBMS stands for Database Management System. Okay, DBMS is a software used to manage data in a database. Okay. This DBMS, it is nothing but a software which help to store and manage the data in a database. Okay. We have a different type of DBMS softwares. But example, SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, SQLite, and MongoDB. These are all the available DBMS to manage the data in database. Okay. Now we are going to see why we need to learn SQL first of all. Now we have some brief idea what is SQL, what is database, what is DBMS. Okay. Now we should know why we are going to learn a SQL. Let me explain. Nowadays we are using the many areas SQL. Okay. Along as a software engineer, you should know the at least any one of the database concept. Okay. Now let me explain what are the areas we are going to use. High level I will explain. Okay. BA tools. That means business intelligence tools. Okay. SQL we use in a BA tools also. Okay. What is the use mean? I will explain. SQL is essential for querying and extracting data to be used in BA tools like Power BI and Tableau. These are all the tools where we use the SQL database. Okay. If you want to use these tools, you should know the SQL. And the next one is very important. Data science and data analytics and data engineering. Okay, these are all the tech areas also we are going to use a SQL. Why we need to use SQL in these areas? I mean, SQL is heavy used to extract, manipulate, and prepare data to analyze in tools like Jupyter, notebooks, R and Python. Okay. Using the data in the data engineer, if you want to create any pipelines, if you want to extract the data, okay, to create the reports and all, right, we have to use the SQL only. Next is the machine learning pipelines. Okay, in ML also we use the SQL. SQL is used to process and retrieve large data sets in ML pipelines before feeding the data into machine learning model. Okay, but example, machine learning, what we do, we process the bulk data. Based on that, we do the access. That kind of access will perform in machine learning. To do that also, we have to use the SQL. And next is a web development. SQL is used to backend databases for web application to store user data. Okay. Along with the transactions. If you want to do any transaction, if you want to store in the backend data, we have to use a SQL also in the web development side. Next is the ETL process. SQL is used to extract, transfer, and load process to extract data from various sources. Okay, in the ETL tools also, we use SQL to get the data from the different sources and transferring it to and load it into the data warehouses. Data warehouses mean where we store the bulk data. For that, we have to use SQL to fetch the data from the different sources to put into various warehouses. Okay. Next, we use SQL in the ERP and CRM systems. SQL is a backbone of many enterprise resource planning, that is a ERP, along with the customer relationship management CRM systems. Okay, such as SAP, Salesforce, and Microsoft Dynamics. If you want to use these applications, okay, to store the data and the process, we have to use the SQL also. Okay, these are all the, just I explained, there are many areas we use the SQL. Okay, mainly nowadays, if you want to work on the data science or data analytics, along with the engineering side, data engineering side, along with the any ML side, you should know the SQL. That's why at least you should have a basic knowledge. That's the best. Okay. Now we are going to explore the SQL Server. Okay, we have many softwares, right? DBMS software, we have many SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, Postgres, SQLite, and MongoDB. Why we are going to learn SQL Server? Okay. all this SQL, right? Oracle SQL along with the Postgres SQL, SQLite, all are same only. There is a 10% different maybe there for syntax wise. Okay, at least if you know anyone, that's better. But why we are choosing the SQL Server? Let me explain. Okay, why mean perfect fit for Microsoft ecosystems? That means this SQL is belongs to Microsoft. Microsoft only developed this SQL Server. Okay, which is a we can integrate. Okay, we can integrate with any of the Microsoft applications like Power BI, Excel, Azure, .NET. These and are applications we can easily integrate the SQL Server. That is the main advantage and easy to learn and use. Okay, SQL it is very easy to use and along with it will provide the UI based interface also to develop a queries also and strong support and reliability. Supported by Microsoft, it comes with the comprehensive documentation, a large user community, and frequent updates and stability and security. Okay. If you want any information regarding the SQL Server, right, we can get a lot of documentation in the Google. Along with we have a large community and forums also there to get any details regarding this. Okay. That's why we are going to choose the SQL Server among all these SQL softwares. Okay, hope you understood why we are going to learn the SQL and in the SQL also why we are going to SQL Server. Okay, now I will show you how to install the SQL Server on the Windows system. Okay, now first let me open a browser. Okay, first you need to type the download SQL Server and type it. Okay, here you will get this kind of link. Okay, very first link only you have to open. Okay, now this page will come. Here we can see download SQL Server. Okay, right side top you can see SQL download SQL Server. This button is there, right? Just to do the single click it. Just okay. Now I have clicked OK. It is going to download. It will come this page after clicking on this. Now come to down. After coming this page, you need to come down. Okay. If you come here, right, you can see download free specialized edition. Okay. Here, what you need to select, we have two here. One is a developer, or another one is a Express. Okay, go with Express only. In the Express, under we have a download now button just to do single click on it. Okay, now you can see it is downloaded. Okay, now go to the downloads. After downloading, what we need to do, we have to go to the downloads. You can see the file is downloaded. Now, what you need to do, just to do the double click on this file. Okay, just click on S. After double clicking, it will open on pop-up. Just you need to do the click on the S button. Okay, now you will see this page. Here we have three options: basic, custom, download, media. Now you go with a basic one. Just click on the basic. Okay, then click on the accept. Then you don't change anything. Just to do click on the install. Okay, it is started the downloading. Okay, it takes some time. At least it may take the 5 minutes of time. Okay, just you need to wait. Okay, still installation is in progress. Okay, as I told, it's take a 5 to 10 minutes. You should be patient here. Okay. Okay. Now you can see the installation is completed. Okay. Okay. Here you don't change anything. Okay. In this page, you don't do any changes. Okay. Here, what you need to do, just you have to click on the install SSMS button. Okay. Just do single click on the install SSMS button. Then what happen? It will redirect into browser. Okay. It will open the one file browser page like this. Okay. This is same page earlier where we have opened and we have downloaded this button, right? But here now what we need to do, you have to come down from this page. Here you can see very clearly download SSMS. You need to come here. What is SSMS mean? SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, which is you need to install again. Okay, which is a UI related application where we can develop the SQL queries. Okay, here what you need to do, just to do the single click. Before that, let me explain one more time. Okay, after clicking the install SSMS, what happened? It will open a browser with this link. This page it will open. Okay, here what you need to do. Okay, again don't click on the download SQL Server button in the top right side. Okay, come down. Now we have to download this one. Okay, just to do the single click on this link. Now you can see one more file is downloading. That is called SQL Server Management Studio. Now we'll wait some time. It's still under downloading. Still it is downloading. Let it download. Okay, now it is completed. Now come to downloads. Just to refresh the page, you can see SSMS, SQL Server Management System. Okay, now it is downloaded. Now what you need to do, just do the double click on this file. If you do double click on this file, right, it will ask, okay, whether you want to install on your system or not. Just then what you need to do, just click on the install. Here you don't do any changes, just to do click on install button. Nothing to change. Okay, then it will ask you one pop-up whether you want to allow to install this software into your Windows system or not. This pop-up will come, right? Now just to do the click on yes button. I think you may not see that pop-up. Okay. Now it is installing. You need to wait. Okay. Might take some time. Let it take. Until completing the installation of the SQL Server Management Studio, right? Here you don't do anything. Okay. Let it be this page in this here only. Now let me complete this one. Now if you see, the installation is completed. SQL Server Management Studio installation is complete. Setup completed. Now just to click on the close button. Okay. Now this setup also, it is completed. Just if you want to connect the SQL server, right? Just click on the connect. Here also you can do the any queries, command prompt also you can write. Otherwise you can close. We'll do in the UI side only, UI application only. We'll start the development. Okay. Okay. Now installation is completed. Just to do the close. You want to exit, yes, you can do. Okay. Now installation is completed. Then what you need to do? You have to click on the Windows button. Just to type on the type SQL Server. Okay. This is the SQL Server Management Studio. Right? Like this is a UI application where we can develop the SQL queries. Just to do the single. Now it is opening. Okay. You will get this kind of page. Okay. Here what you need to do? Nothing to change anything. Okay. If this there is a one checkbox is there, right? Trust server certificate. Okay. If it is unselected, mean you have to select this one. Remaining everything, you don't do any changes. Okay. After clicking on the, after selecting this checkbox, just to do, click on the connect button. Okay. Now it is connected. You will see this kind of thing. This is the UI application where you can develop the your SQL queries. Okay. Here you can see this is the place where it is storing, and we have a database table also here, folder. Here we have a system databases like master, model, okay, MSDB, temp.db like this. Okay. As of now, you will ignore all these things. Okay. Now I want to write a one basic query. Okay. Now I have installed the SQL Server on my Windows system properly. Now initially what I want to do, I want to write a one basic query to check the my SQL version. Then what you need to do, here there is a new query. One button is there, you can see. Just to do, click on this new query button. Okay. Now the window will come like this. Then what is the query we have to write for to know the SQL version? Okay. Select space $, double $, then we have to be the version. So, okay. Then there is one button you can see here, execute. Or you can use the F5 button also. If you click on this execute button, right, it will execute the given query. Now you can see Microsoft Server 2022 RTM version is 60.0 something. Okay. Now our setup is fine. Now we are able to execute SQL queries on our Windows setup. Okay. That's all about today class. Next class we'll see. Okay, how to create a table and what kind of operations we can do on the table. We'll see next class. Okay. That's all about today class.